Hello everyone, so now let's do one more lab. If you remember, in our previous class we done some ASA basic lab. Okay, because if you are going for FTD also, this is a basic. Similar concept we are going to use in the FTD also. So anyhow, we will do some labs so you will have the idea. So same scenario, let me create the scenario. I will take one switch. Okay, this is one switch. Let me give the name as a SW1. And I will take some machines. Let me take some PCs. I will take some PCs and let me connect the PC with the automatic cable. This cable will connect it here. Okay, and this cable is here. Now I will take one firewall. So let me go here. This is a firewall. I can take this one and let me connect the firewall also, and let me take some router also. We will imagine that we have the ISP. Imagine this is a ISP router. Okay, so if you see here, I will connect this cable from here to here, and this cable from here to here, and this cable from here to here. And let me keep one switch here, and let me put one server here. If you see here, we have one server here. So let me connect this server here, this switch here. Okay, we can play around, same concept what we learned before, but a little different scenario. Okay, little different scenario, just to have the idea, just to get the more knowledge, so you can be more perfect. Same concept is repeating. Okay, so if you see here, we have the ASA firewall. This is a E0/0. This port will connect to the ISP. This is a ISP. Imagine this is a ISP1. Okay, and this is a ISP2. And imagine this is a Google server. You can say 8.8.8. okay, Google DNS. And we can define the IP schema. This is our LAN network. By default, in this firewall we have the 192.168.1.1 configure. Okay, and DHCP also enable here. So this will be configure here. In this side we can take public IP. Let's see, we have the public IP 200.1.1.1 and this side 200.1.1.2. Imagine the ISP give you this static IP and ISP is having this IP, and here you have another ISP in between them. They can have any IP. So let me take here 1.1.1. okay, and here you can take 1.1.1.2. and this site I will say you have 8.8.8.1 and the server is 8.8.8. let me assign the IP to the server. I will go desktop. I will assign the IP 8.8.8.8. okay, class A I am using. You can use anything whatever you want to use, and this is a gateway I am putting here because gateway is a router interface IP. So this is the IP schema we are going to use, and we can run the BGP, OSPF, anything in this what we call in this. Let me take this any color here. In the ISP network we will take this one. If you see, this is the ISP network. Okay, this is the ISP network. So I can put anything. In the real scenario we will not configure here, ISP will do, but now in this scenario we will configure everything as we are doing the lab. So we will imagine we are ISP also. Okay, so you can do anything here, any configuration. Example, what I can do, I can run here OSPF, or I can put the static route. I can run the EAGRP or BGP. I can do BGP here, BGP. Okay, BGP here like this, or I can use the OSPF. Anything we can use. Generally the ISP using ISIS or BGP, depend scenario to scenario. We will try, no issue. For lab purpose we can use anything. The most important thing we are going to focus is in this one. What we need to do here, we need to assign this IP to this interface, this IP to this interface. We cannot assign the IP to this model of the firewall in the packet tracer. So what we need to do, we need to create the VLAN. This is VLAN 1, VLAN 2 we need to create, and put this IP to that VLAN and attach that VLAN to this interface. So indirectly we will assign the IP address to the ASA firewall. and after that we need to create the default route towards the ISP, and we can configure here telnet, SSH, we can enable the password, and we can configure the DHCP, so our machine can get the IP address from here, and we can configure the some policy here, so we can ping this server, and we can configure some more policy. With that one we can access the web server. Okay, and here for connectivity purpose we can do anything. So let's start the configuration. Okay, so what I will do here, let's see BGP all function is working in packet tracer or not, because mostly I am using BGP in the EVNG. Anyhow, I think it is supporting here. Let me try. First of all, I am doing in the ISP1, so let me change the host name as a ISP1. Okay, and then I will go to the interface. First I will assign the IP address to the interface. If you see fast Ethernet 0x0, so let me write here interface fast Ethernet 0x0, IP address 1.1.1.1, okay, and 255.0.0.0, and I will write no shut. Okay, now I will go for the second interface. This is my second interface, fast Ethernet 0x1. Okay, so I will go here, I will assign here fast Ethernet 0x1, this one, and then IP address 200.1.1.2, 255.255.255.0, then I will write no shut here, no shut. Okay, so let's see, show IP interface brief. I configure the IP address here for the ISP1. If you want to run BGP, we can run BGP also, or if you want to run OSPF, we can run OSPF also, our wish, whatever we want. In the real scenario, ISP will do this work, but now as we are doing the lab, so we will do maybe OSPF or BGP, we can do our wish. Okay, so let me configure here the what we can say BGP. So AS number I will take here, this is a AS number I will take as 1, and for this ISP2 I will take the AS number as a 2. Okay, let's try to configure the BGP. If we face any issue, then we will, if any commands are not working in the packet tracer, then we will move to the OSPF. OSPF all commands are, most of the commands is working in the packet tracer. Okay, anyhow, no problem. So let me do here. What I will do, first we need to make the neighborship. So I will go here. I will go in the global configuration mode. Now I need to run the BGP. So I will write router. Okay, router. Yeah, BGP is here, BGP, and the AS number. What is our AS number? AS is 1. So I will write router BGP 1. Because if you see here, this is AS number 1 for the ISP. So I wrote router BGP 1. Now I need to do neighbor. I will write neighbor. Who is my neighbor? This is my neighbor. Okay, 1.1.2. So I will write here 1.1.1.2. 1.1.3 times 1.2 at last. And then I need to write remote AS. What is the remote AS? This is the remote AS. I am standing here in the ISP1. I am saying neighbor is this one, 1.1.1.2, and remote AS is whatever the remote AS. If you see here, I have the 2. So I will write remote AS is 2 and press enter. Okay, so I make the neighborship, and I need to advertise this network in the BGP 200.1.1. this one. So what I will do, I will write here, if I want to advertise, then I will write network, then network ID. What is the network ID of this network? This is a class C. So I will write 200.1.1.0. Okay. After that I will write mask, and then I will write 255.0.255.255.255.0. Why I am writing this? Because this is a class C. Okay. So network 200.1.1.0 mask 255.255.255.0. Okay, so now I will press enter. So this way I run the BGP here. Okay, and what else? For the ISP1, this is only the configuration. If you want to see here, do show history. If you see, this is the configuration what I done here. I assign the IP address to this interface. I assign the IP address to this interface. I configure the BGP. If you want, I will put in the notepad. Okay, let me put in the notepad, maybe you need this. This is the ISP1 configuration, what I done just now. ISP1 configuration, enable config T, host name ISP1. After that we assign the IP address. Let me write here. Okay, I am just arranging so it will be easy for you, because some guys are new here, so maybe they will have some confusion. Okay, so with this one, no confusion. This is the ISP1 configuration, what we done. Now I will do the ISP2 configuration. So let me copy paste this one here and modify as per our requirement. If you see, this is ISP2, so I will write 2 here. Okay, this is a 2 and this is a 2, and you can check what is as per the topology. Let me move this way. You can see here, this is the ISP2, so I put ISP2 fast Ethernet 0/0. This one IP should be this 2. Okay, 1.1.2 and no shut. Interface fast Ethernet 0/1. This one you have IP is 8.8.8, 8.8.8.1, and subnet mask you have 255.0.0, right? So just I will modify here. If you see, this is the IP I am assigning, no shut, and then we will run the BGP. I have the neighbor, this is a neighbor, so I will put 1.1.1 and AS is 1 here, because this AS is 1. And which network I need to advertise? This one. Okay, so how I will advertise? I will advertise network ID 8.0.0.0 and 255.0.0.0. Okay, this is a configuration for the ISP2. Okay, let me copy and paste this one here in the ISP2. So first time I will write no, and then I will paste this configuration. Let's see it is working or any error. Enable config T, host name, this one is okay, this one is also okay. Packet tracer does not support internal BGP in this version, only external BGP is supported. So okay, so here one mistake we done here. If you see, AS number we wrote here, this one should be 2. If you see, this is AS number. What is our AS number? If you see, our AS number is 2, so we should write here 2. I forget to change this one because we copy the configuration from the ISP1, so we wrote same thing. So what I will do here, because this packet tracer is not supporting the IBGP, he is supporting EBGP, so we are doing EBGP only. How I know EBGP, IBGP? If we have different AS, then we can say EBGP. If we have same AS, IBGP. Okay, so let me correct here. Let me check here. What do we have? The BGP configuration. Do show run section BGP. Okay, yeah, I have some BGP, so let me remove the BGP, then we will reconfigure. No router BGP1, I will write this one. Okay, now I remove. If I check, it will not show me any more BGP. Okay, so now let me paste the configuration for the BGP from here to here. Okay, let me paste, and now it is working. Okay, and if you see, neighborship go up. Let me verify. Show IP interface brief. We have this IP. Okay, everything is good. Show IP route. Let me check the route. If you see, I am getting the route from the BGP. I am here in the ISP2. I am here. I am getting this route via BGP. Okay, this one 200 dot network. I am not directly connected to this network. If you see here, I am ISP2. ISP2 is this one. I am not directly connected to that this 200 network, but I am learning this from the BGP. And same thing, if you go in the ISP2, here also BGP neighbor come up, and if you check, you can check here also. You can write show IP route. You will get the route from the BGP. That is 8.0.0. Okay, so this is the ISP configuration we done here and here. That's all. Now the most important thing is our configuration we are going to do in the ASA firewall. So let me take the console of the ASA firewall. In the place of ASA firewall, you can have the FortiGate firewall, you can have the Palo Alto, Checkpoint, any firewall you can have. So no need to worry. The concept is important. If you have the idea, because ASA is available in the packet tracer, later we will do FortiGate or Palo Alto in the EVNG or GNS3. No need to worry. Understand the concept, because in the FTD we are using this concept. Okay. So let me type enable and no password here. I can write show run just to cross check what we have. If you see E0 by 0, this is a E0 by 0 is in the VLAN 2. This is a E0 by 0 in the VLAN 2. And if you see this VLAN 1 is already having the security level is 100 and it is name if is inside, and already we have this IP address assigned. So this one is good. And what else we have? If you see here, VLAN 1 also DHCP is enabled, but we will not use this one. We will assign our own IP here. Okay, because if you have the ISP sending the IP, you can get that IP if you enable the DHCP here, but no issue. And here if you see DHCP is enabled inside means this interface DHCP is enabled, and the range is 192.168.1.5 till 192.168.1.36 inside. So no need to enable, it is already enabled, so our machine will get the IP directly from here. If you want, go here desktop and click here the DHCP, your machine will get the IP. If you see, you get the IP. Why? Because automatically it is configured. Okay, now let's configure the IP. So what I will do, I will go here config T interface VLAN 2. Okay, VLAN 2 is for the outside, so I will write here IP address 200.1.1.1 255.255.255.0. then I will write no shut. And after that, if you want to check, you can write show IP and press enter. You will get here detail. When you write show IP and enter, you will get this is a VLAN 1 is inside, and this is IP for the VLAN 1. And if you see what we have, this one, this is a detail. And manually we configure VLAN 2, and that is outside, and this is IP, and this is subnet mask. And also if you want to check which port is in which VLAN, we can write show switch VLAN and press enter. If you see this port is 0 by 0 is outside, and all other ports are inside this one. So everything look good, no issue. Now what we can do, we can create the default route towards the ISP. Okay, we can create the default route. So how we can create the default route? If you see here, default route is very simple. Just we need to go in the global configuration mode. I will go here config T, then I will write, first of all let me change the host name. I will write ASA. So host name is changed. Now I need to create the default route. So we need to write route outside, because this route will go outside, right? So I need to write route outside. What is the route? Default. Default means 0.0.0, and subnet mask also 0.0.0.0, 0.0.0, and then give space and write the IP of the ISP. So this is the IP of the ISP. So we will write 200.1.1.2 and press enter. Okay, so this way we create the default route. So our traffic will go to the ISP, whatever traffic we are sending. So if you see here, I can ping 8.8.8.8. Let's see I can ping or not, because I am sending the traffic from here, so it is working. Okay, I am able to ping. I am in the firewall, I am able to ping, because firewall is sending all traffic to the ISP1. ISP1, ISP2 is running the BGP, and BGP is advertising this Google server. So I am getting the route here, and my gateway, that is my firewall, is working with that one. But our machine will not work, because we don't have the, what we can say, class map all, and NAT also we don't have NAT. So we need to configure the NAT. Okay, if you want to check, you cannot ping. If you see, if config IP config, okay, I have the IP 192.168.1.5. If you see, this is my IP. Okay, now I will ping 8.8.8.8. It will not work, because first thing, we don't have NAT, and also we don't have any, what we can say, class map, policy map. So it will not work. So let's do the configuration. First of all, I need to configure the, what I can say, NAT. Okay, network address translation. Why we need to configure? because NAT is going to translate the private IP into public IP into private IP. Without NAT, our private IP cannot go to the internet, because in the ISP they have the infrastructure ACL, that ACL is going to block the private IP to come in the internet, and our private IP cannot go to the internet. ISP block already that one, so we cannot access. So what we need to do, we need to configure here the NAT. So NAT is going to translate our private IP into public IP, that is a PAT. Okay, so let's do here. What I will do, we will create the object. Okay, we will create the object first of all. So let me write here object, and let me put question mark here. Object, what object I need to create? Network. Okay, for network, and here I can give anything. So inside network I am defining, so I will write inside. I am writing in the capital lock. Capital lock, whatever I am writing in the capital letter, that is a variable. You can give any name. Okay, so I am creating one object with the name network. In that one I am saying inside, because I am going to use the inside network, so I am writing inside. Okay, so press enter. Then we need to define here the subnet. So I will write subnet and define our internal subnet. What is our internal subnet? 192.168.1.0, and the subnet mask is 255.255.255.0, and press enter. After that we need to write NAT. Okay, and NAT is starting from where? Inside to outside. So write inside comma outside. Okay, outside, inside comma outside, and close the bracket. And then we need to write dynamic interface. Okay, because it is a PAT, dynamic interface, and press enter. So this way we configure the NAT. So now our private IP is going to translate to public IP. But the problem here is still it will not work. If you see here, let me go here and show you. Still if you try to ping, it will not work, because ping is blocked in the ASA firewall. It cannot ping. So what we need to do, we need to create the class map, we need to select the traffic, and we need to apply the policy map. We need to inspect that ICMP traffic and allow that one. So then it will work. Okay, so how we will do that one? So first thing, we need to create the class map. Okay, first thing what I will do, I will create the class map. So let me exit this one. I will go here in the config T, that is global configuration mode. I will write class map. I can give any name. I can write here. If you see, press question mark, he is asking me give the name of the class map. I can give anything. I will write inspect. Anything I can give, so I will put in the capital letter, so you will understand this is a variable. I can give anything. I will write inspection underscore default. Okay, inspection underscore default. You can write anything, but whatever we are writing here, you need to use that same thing. If you are having confusion, then what we can say here, I will write in the shortcut, I will write inspection or ABC. Okay, ABC I write. I created class map with the name ABC. Then I will say match. What we need to match, I will say default inspection traffic. Whatever default inspection traffic is coming, select that one. I am saying in the class map ABC. Okay, and then I will exit this. And now I will create the policy map. Okay, I will create the policy map. Or let me create one more. What I can say, yeah, let me create the policy map. So I will say policy map, and here if you press question mark, policy map, we can define the name, policy map name. So what I can say here, name I can give anything. I will say here policy map is PMAP. Okay, PMAP I will give. So I give the PMAP. After that policy map, what I can do here, I can call the class map. Okay, so I will write class. What is the class map name? I created before ABC, capital ABC. Okay, I call that one. And here I will say inspect, what I need to inspect from the traffic, whatever I selected in the class map, I need to inspect ICMP. And what else I need to inspect? I need to inspect the HTTP also, because if I did not enable the HTTP, I cannot access the web server. Okay, so I need to access from the browser also. I need to access the Google server from the browser also. So I need to inspect this also. After that I will exit. Now I need to apply. So how we will apply? We will apply in the service policy. What is the service policy? Which one we need to apply? We need to apply the PMAP. If you see this policy, we need to apply. So I created with the name PMAP. So I will write this here, PMAP. And in which way you need to apply, interface way or global way? So I will write global way. Okay. So I will write here GLO, global, and press enter. That's all. Now our PC is able to ping, and also we can access the, what we can say, the website also. If you see, reply is coming, we are able to ping. And now if you go in the browser here and type here 8.8.8.8, it will come. The website is also working. Okay, so we can browse the website also. If, what we can say, if we did not inspect the HTTP, then we cannot browse the website. And let me show you. I write HTTP, or directly I can put 8.8.8.8. so you can see it is working. Why it is working? Because I configure here this one, let me show you this one, inspect HTTP. If I remove this one, then it will not work. Okay, so this is a basic lab just to have the idea about the concept. I hope you understand this one. If you need this configuration, let me show you. I will write show run, and let me copy and paste the configuration what I done. If you see here, yeah, this one, let me paste here. This is a ISP1, ISP2, and now let me put the ASA configuration. Here you can ASA configuration. This is the interface 1 and 2, and this is one. Okay, I can copy from here to here. Service map we apply, and this other configuration is default one, already we have, so no need to copy that one, I hope, because when you take the firewall, fresh firewall, you will have by default that one. So only this configuration we need. Okay, this is the configuration. If you want to write here, we can write enable config t, then host name ASA. After that you assign the IP to the interface VLAN 1. This is the name if is inside, the VLAN 2 is outside, this is IP outside. This is the object we created, we call the subnet, and we done the NAT, and this is the default route we created, and this is a class map we created, and we selected all traffic, and we call that class map in the policy map. We inspect that one, and we apply in the service policy, we apply that in global method. Okay, so whatever the policy map we created, PMAP, we are calling that, we are applying that one. So this way our lab is working, if you see. And if you go for the other PC also, DHCP is already enabled, so just you will get the IP from the DHCP. And now if you want to ping, you can ping also, ping 8.8.8.8. okay, and if you want to access the website also, you can access 8.8.8.8. okay, so I hope this is clear for you. If you face any issue, you can send me message in the Instagram, because we are active in the Instagram, so try to follow us on the Instagram and send your doubts, whatever you are facing issue, take the picture and send in the Instagram. Our team is going to help you. Okay, thank you, bye.